this idea, this feeling of being an outsider and not belonging, it kind of, it's wherever I went. It was outside in the world. I was the other because I was constantly othered by my peers. And then in my home, just being the child of immigrants, there's such a disconnect between, right? And that even though my parents were amazing and did everything they could, their experience growing up was so different than mine that there was that disconnect that led to this feeling of not belonging. And so for me, my sense of belonging came from like being good at school, like that identity as being smart and good at school. And even though that is part of what made me an outsider when I was young, because everyone made fun of me for being a nerd, I knew that like this is a good thing in the long run, right? And so I really kind of took shelter in that. And then when I went to law school, I went straight from undergrad to law school. This is part of the story I often tell. I thought I will finally find my belonging. Like I will find my people. And I was a bunch of nerds who probably like went through similar things I went through. And I had the opposite experience. Like all of a sudden I was surrounded by like super nerdy people who were also very connected to the law. So most of them, their parents had been lawyers. You know how it was, and I didn't know a single real life lawyer, like not one real life lawyer. I did not actually know what it meant to be a lawyer.
Wow.
So I didn't really fit in. I felt like I was the only one who didn't speak this language that these classmates spoke. And I felt like that was my fault. Like something was wrong with me. Like I wasn't smart enough. So I had a lot of insecurity that grew out of that. And I felt very isolated when I was in law school. A lot of imposter syndrome.
When I felt, overwhelmed, I'd always go back to studying the education component.
Yeah.
And I, as a psychologist, I look at that and go, well, why were you doing that? One, it was a place to fit in. Two, it was also a place where you felt safe. Three, it was a place where you knew you could grow, and achieve things. And that was safety in and of itself. Right.
Yeah. Oh,
because we had that in us to know that we're going to grow, we're going to flourish here.
Yeah, totally.
Because we're high achievers, we're high functioning.
Right.
And so, yet we still have this imposter syndrome, right? We still have this, or we still walked into a classroom and thought, why do I belong here? Do I belong here? I mean, I stepped on that campus at Berkeley and I thought, when I was young, 18 years old, and I stepped on that campus and think, do I belong here with all these brilliant people?
Yep. I can totally relate.